Just see over there. The bubble. See? Water's just over there. What? What? Because it's aching funny.
You're originally on 727, weren't you? Point Cook. Lovely balmy day, I know. Just as well we're all rugged up. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is our interactive program that we have 3 days a week on Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 1 o'clock, weather permitting, where we have one of the aircraft belonging to the museum fly for you, and from time to time we have aircraft belonging to friends of the museum that bring them along and fly them for you, and that's the case today with this aircraft. Who knows what it is? Tiger Moth, that's right. Very well known, an old aeroplane. In fact, I like watching the Tiger Moth fly. It's one of the few aircraft on this field that are older than I am. Okay, well, the pilot's going to talk to you about the aeroplane and show you a little bit about the pre-flight. Go and do some aerobatics for us, come back and land, and he'll be happy to answer questions. It might be better if you save most of the questions until he gets back, and because we do have a time limit on closing the airfield. So without further ado, the aeroplane belongs to our pilot today, Captain Gary Hearn. He flies with Jetstar, and in his spare time he comes down and flies it for us from time to time here at Point Cook. Gary.
Oh, thanks very much. Welcome along today, boys and girls. And ladies and gentlemen, my name's Gary. I'm just going to tell you a bit about the Tiger Moth you see sitting here in front of you. This aircraft is an original World War II Tiger Moth. It was built in 1942. And I'm just going to walk around the aircraft and tell you a bit about the aircraft as we get to the various bits and pieces. You can see here that it's a biplane, means it has 2 wings. The aircraft was first flew in 1931. So it's fairly old sort of aeroplane. This is a 1942 model. Back then most planes were made of wood. So this aircraft has wooden wings with a lot of cross wiring in between. We have these struts called the interplane struts, which separate the upper and lower wing. And coming further in towards the fuselage, we have these wires. And there's actually about 8 wires there, but the wires that are holding the wing up here are called flying wires, and they support the aircraft while it's flying, and these wires here support the wing when it's on the ground. It stops the wing from dropping onto the ground. So we have flying wires and landing wires. Moving in towards the fuselage, quickly we have the top here. This tank is actually the fuel tank. So for those who want to ask me later how far can we fly, I'll tell you now, it holds about just under 90 litres and it burns about 30 litres an hour. So it can fly for just under 3 hours, which gives...
Contact.
He's just doing what he does, he's just starting.
In the winter, there'd be no crop.
Comes up, now we can see along the runway. There it goes. It's not a jumbo jet, it's just... Forgotten the question. Wants to know how it lands. Settles onto the ground gradually.
Boys and girls, in the Tiger Moth. It's coming up through 1,000 feet now. We're going to climb to 1,200 feet. Running towards the north. And you complete a loop followed by a bow roll.
You lose it. I'll see it.
Quite a bit of speed. Up he goes. Over the top. Pulls through now, gets a bit more speed up, and will do his barrel roll. No, 2 loops. This time he'll do a barrel roll, we hope. Up he goes. Levels out. And we'll come back this way towards us doing his barrel roll. The barrel roll would appear as if the aircraft...
We're now running towards the south. We'll show you that aileron roll. I'll be using full control this section because that aircraft has a very slow roll rate.
Sorry, he's coming back now for an aileron roll, and that's where the aircraft rotates around the longitudinal axis of the aircraft, which runs from the propeller down to the tail. Again, he's climbing and will dive to build up a bit of speed. He's got a good 1,200 feet there. Okay, push the nose down in a moment. Yes, entering the manoeuvre now. He'll pull up as if he's flying around the outside of a barrel. Okay. This believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, if you ever put your hand out of the window of the car when you're doing 100 kilometres an hour, you know what sort of resistance it's got. And yes, that's about as fast as it ever gets. That's a little bit of tailwind behind him. And down very low to the ground now. He'll climb again, perhaps. No?
Sometimes the pilots fly the aircraft into wind and get the speed right back, and if it's a strong wind they can stay almost stationary.
What he's doing now is in fact a figure of 8, so if you're looking down on him, you'll notice that the aircraft is actually doing the race on the ground. Point Cook is an all-over grass airfield, but the field's a little bit wet at the moment and tends to slow these aircraft down. The runways you see out there were laid down during World War II to cater for the extra training traffic that was conducted here. He's now completed that figure of 200 feet, and he's throttled right back now. We've still got plenty of air passing over the wings to hold the aircraft up, but it looks like he could nearly run that fast, doesn't it? The aircraft is above the stall. Put on a little bit of power just to maintain that forward movement. Lift at the nose a bit. And I think this could take nearly the rest of the afternoon at this rate.
He's waving to us. Don't let go, don't let go.
Okay, you'll hear the power come on. Pull him up fairly quickly.
Now he's getting on
Nice
the
and
approach. Ease him up on the power to slow the aircraft down. Looking ahead, keeping the wings level to keep the aircraft straight. Easing back gently on the stick in the cockpit to reduce the descent rate. Back, back, back now
Ground effect
until
on
it
that
touches
for
the ground gently. There it goes. And you'll keep it straight with the rudder. You may see the rudder at the back wheeling backwards and forwards as he keeps it straight. That's the rudder's operated by the pilot's feet. Now you can see how he's coming straight towards us. He couldn't see us. He's too low in the cockpit with that engine sticking up. That's one of the main problems with tailwheel aircraft. With nose-wheel aircraft such as the Cessna up there, the pilot has excellent view on the ground.
Oh, did you really play him? Yeah, that was a good idea. Really turn it off with that, otherwise the video's all done, yeah. And you'll have no battery left. It's not the battery, so I can use it up the car a lot.
Think up some questions. Gary will be happy to answer. Ask him why he doesn't fall out of the cockpit when he's upside down.
What happens when it's raining?
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a small sample of what the aircraft's capable of. And now's your chance to ask any questions, and I'll best answer them. So I'm sure these kids have got plenty of questions, and so the adults. We've got the standard instrumentation that the Tiger came with. We have the airspeed indicator, the big compass, altimeter. The only thing we don't have, which is standard for most aircraft these days, is the vertical speed indicator. We don't have one of those. But, we have a gyroscopic turn and balance indicator or a skid indicator, but it's fairly basic. But there is no what we call blind flying instruments, so there's no artificial horizon. So we can't fly in cloud. You have to take off speed.